business around $6,000 and I put like 500.
That's for real.
All right. So thank you for being here. This is a new episode of Another Day in Paradise. Maybe for the thousands and thousands of followers who have been following us for years now, you recognize those nice faces. We have Madi and we have Reda and yours
guys.
truly. So today, actually, we decided to switch things up a little bit, and we are going to talk about different topics that are, I think, pretty interesting and that went a little bit viral sometimes, or maybe not, but they are at least they piqued our interest. So the first one we want to talk about is so she's an Instagram model, Jayne Rivera.
Rivera, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to tell us about her a little bit? Because I know
Well,
you read this story before I sent it to you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know her personal story, but she made a bit of noise with a couple of pictures
So
she took.
what does she do for a living?
I guess she's an Instagram model.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means, because
So-
you know how people, when they say, "Oh, what do you do?" Well, I'm a model. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm an Instagram model. And what do you do? Well, I'm a soldier. Really? Yeah, I play
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty
Yeah, yeah,
soldier. Well, you're not a model and I'm not a soldier. So let's cut the crap. So what do you really do? So yeah, she's pretty influential. She has a
Well, I guess it's those good-looking girls that kind of like display pictures of them, and a lot of people follow them.
what kind of pictures?
Well, you know the type.
Exactly. So
that are on Instagram, so it's like
you know what's interesting? I don't know. Do you have Instagram, Mati?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So how many people do you follow? And what kind of people do you follow?
I follow probably about 500 people,
Okay.
400 people.
So like in the music industry
music and friends.
and
mostly.
friends. Okay.
And
So they're not compatible. They're like music
and
or friends.
motivational pages also.
Yeah.
which
Okay.
I like to
Okay.
read every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, and how about you? What kind of people do you follow?
well, on Instagram, I follow a bit of everything, like
Okay.
some work stuff, some friends, and yeah, like some entertainers. In
Some
general.
entertainers. So, you know what's interesting is that I went on Instagram, and I encourage you to go and follow us on the Instagram page. We will link it here. Hopefully, I will manage to do that here, right here, maybe
Here?
right here, or right here,
Here?
or right here.
Maybe here.
There you
I
go.
don't know.
Madi is looking for it. It's over there.
I need my glasses.
Madi
to
couldn't
find
see it. He needs to take off his glasses to see the link.
Yeah.
But anyways, and I realized that some girls are attractive, some are less attractive, but the common thing that they have is they try to put forward their physical assets. And that's how they get the most followers. So I was trying to do some readings about how to get followers, how to get,
I thought
and
you were
obviously,
gonna start
yeah.
showing your assets.
yeah, well, maybe I should. not sure people would be interested in, but and of course there is the big story of the hashtags, etc., etc. But most girls right now, if it seems like they just take pictures like. With skimpy clothes and half naked, etc., etc. And sometimes they have like inspiration quotes, like she's showing her
It's
ass
very
and she
funny.
says like, believe in yourself, girls.
Yeah,
All right.
or like she puts her boobs in
Yeah.
front and like morning coffee, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or what do you
it's-
think of this outfit? Girl, you're not wearing anything. What are you talking about? So what outfit? Like, are you going to wear the outfit? Like, is this the before picture? Like, what's going on? But anyways, so, and seriously, right?
Yeah, for some, that's definitely true. Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? Sometimes they have like 6 or 7 pictures and 3,000 followers already. So I'm like, wow, like that much, like so interesting. And this, I forgot her name already. So Miss
It's
Rivera,
Jayne Rivera.
Jayne Rivera. So she's very attractive. I saw a few of her pictures for research, obviously, strictly research, just like I did a little bit of work, and very attractive, very fit. She's into the fitness thing. Very attractive, like always, like she falls into the same
She
category.
Very attractive.
She's very attractive.
Okay.
If you're listening, you are very attractive. But unfortunately, also she does everything for the clout. So what she does is she had already like thousands and thousands of followers. She was into fitness. She was super super fit, and recently she took a picture at her dad's funeral. And with an open casket, they say, or casket, right? Casket. Oh, you guys don't know. Casket.
It's one of the two.
One or the
Open,
other. You guys will tell us on the.
box.
And so it was open. We could see her dad behind, and she was like, "My best friend just left." Like really.
No, and the worst part was that it was like a whole photo shoot, like.
With like photographs.
Multiple ones, with this pause,
Different
with that
pause,
with this
etc.
one,
And right
stuff.
behind her dad is like cold dead, and I'm like, really? Like, is that how?
And she wrote something like "Fly away, little butterfly." or
You have always been my best friend. I'm sure it's nice, but why do you try to get so many views, so many likes, and you lose control of reality? So I don't know. It's what do you think, Madi? Is this something you're into?
No, I obviously I don't know the girl personally, and I've seen just what you guys have showed me. But maybe if Instagram is her life, then she's showcasing whatever she's
But
doing.
like, what's the limit? For some
likes,
likes,
there's no limit. I mean, especially in the US, the culture in the US is a little bit different. Like you talk about everything. There's less taboo. You basically when you go into trouble, you tweet about it or you Instagram it. It's a different culture. Also, I think it's more acceptable in the US. I know that when I was in the US, I was sharing more things about my life than I am in Morocco
That's
and
true,
other places
true,
because
true,
the culture is different. Here, people, if you notice, like on Facebook or like, oh no, don't post this. Don't post
there's
this
a lot
about
of
your personal life,
taboos.
don't post you doing
Yeah,
this
yeah.
or doing that. But in the US, it's a different story. Like you talk about
True.
everything. If you're feeling depressed, you tweet. You send a message on Facebook or like I'm depressed today or whatever, or whatever
but
comes to your mind, you do. Put
like
it out there.
In the US, they have a lot of stuff like flexing cash, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everything. That I can get, but we're talking about a dead body behind you. That's your father, man. Like, you shouldn't be thinking about displaying yourself that way.
Sure, but to take her defense, that's still a perspective at the end of the day.
Yeah, but
it's a
you know how they
fucked up
say there are two
perspective,
things that
sorry
are
to
true in
say
life
that,
is taxes and death. So I wouldn't fuck with any of them. Like if somebody's dead, you like just pay respect.
Some respect. Yeah,
I know people grieve different ways.
Yeah,
I know
of
some
course.
people
Yeah,
cry a
of
lot,
course.
some people
Yeah,
don't. It
some
doesn't mean
people
that the guy.
smile
Yeah,
because
some
they don't
people
wanna be-
smile.
they wanna be sad, they
And
wanna
in
be-
many
What I mean-
funerals, the ambiance is actually
Yeah,
pretty nice. People are happy to see each other. Yes, they are sad, but after
They make jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
True.
great. But like, I would have, sharing is one thing. Like, if she was like sharing a story, it's kind of a more humane moment, like than trying, because I don't know if you saw like certain pictures, but it's like it's not just like her taking a picture next to her dad. Like it's a photo
She's
shoot,
revealing
herself,
But-
showing her outfit, and like.
I think what's bothering you guys is that the fact that you feel like she's using that event
To get clout.
to get more
More views.
attention,
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
views,
For sure.
and she's just using it for her business and not actually being respectful of the fact that she just lost. her dad.
that's basically it. Like it's not. I don't know. I can't imagine whatever my job is if I'm a personality. Like I can imagine if I'm a personality, I need to like. Oh yeah. So
Come on now.
Like you don't.
No, but that's her.
Yeah, look at
With her dad
This is
behind
dad
her,
behind
like
her.
like he's like cold
Yeah,
dead,
that's
and
true.
like
It's
come
not-
on
It's
now.
like posing for the camera.
She's not just like saying, "Come on, guys, pray for me." She's like, "How do you like my outfit?
Yeah.
By the way, my
Yeah.
dad just died." Like, come on. But she used
But
to
then
do
again-
fitness and used to have a lot of things. Now she's so attracted to getting likes and clout, etc., that she's doing this now, like pictures with her dad.
No,
body.
share with your community. I don't mind
Yeah.
that. Like have like
my dad died.
Like,
Just
my
have
dad
prayers for
died
me,
and
guys. Thank
stuff.
you so much. It's a tough day, etc. But not this. I mean, come
this-
on.
But
kind
then
of
again,
like-
for me, I don't know her personally. But maybe if
Well,
I knew her
you don't
personally,
need
I
to.
would.
Come on.
No, but I would say maybe that's the way. That's her way of grieving.
Yes, but it doesn't mean
Man,
that it's
nobody
a
grieves
good way.
like this.
Nobody,
I don't
you know,
know.
it's been
Nah,
it,
man.
it shocked people even in the US. I'm
No,
not,
for
I'm-
sure.
Yeah,
No, no.
I think here in
I'm
Morocco
just taking her
it would
defense
be.
in case she's watching.
What I mean is,
You're watching, you know.
You
Smart
got one
guy,
guy right
smart
here.
guy.
Call
You know
him.
what?
He doesn't
Please
mind.
add my number to the Instagram
I will add your
account.
number, please. Call urgently.
well, actually, I'm on his side now. Yeah,
Now you understand my strategy, right?
of course.
all right. Well, so yeah.
No, but I'm just saying in the US things are different
True,
when it comes
true.
to
Yeah,
social
true,
media.
true,
People
for sure.
really display a lot more.
But that's the question that he
personal
asked
things.
that is interesting is where do you place that limit? You know, like next time it's like you know, like it's like people that go live doing certain things like that are very personal, like people like I would imagine if she has her grandma at the hospital and they need to unplug her, is she gonna like be like, "Hey guys, we're about to unplug my grandma," or
we're gonna
something, you know,
unplug in
like-
5, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
Where's the limit? You know, where's the because this is not just her. Like it's the rest of the
Sir,
family. It's about respecting that
I-
moment. Like
I-
she hired the crew, man. You
Yeah.
know, like she's coming to her father's funeral with the crew.
I remember I had a friend, not a friend, but a classmate
Okay.
at university, and so obviously we're friends on Facebook. And one day she posted a message like about how her boyfriend satisfies her in bed. Like she was
Oh.
very specific, and like I'm not gonna say what she said because
you
that's-
sure her boyfriend didn't steal her phone and like, oh, I satisfy my boyfriend is the best.
And that was like, and I was shocked with that. I was like, that's very personal, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't display your
And he can't be
sexual
that
life.
good. I mean, come on, be realistic.
Yeah, and even if he's that good, I mean, you can say it in a subtle way. You know,
True,
you don't have
true.
to be like very specific.
Yeah, like
and
I'm a very lucky woman.
I like
and
when
we
he
will-
does
yeah,
that. Like she was
yeah.
like, I like when he does this to me, and I go crazy. And she was like very specific with different words.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, you know, that's very personal. Like, how can you just post something like that on Facebook?
But why
for
would she
people
do
to-
Yeah.
that, you think?
I don't know, but my point is that in the US specifically,
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it's very different. People don't feel that much. You know, I mean, Europe and
Yeah.
Morocco and certain countries are very
More
conservative,
conservative.
and
True.
and
Yeah,
you keep
definitely.
things to yourself. You don't tweet. You don't post things about your
But
personal.
the only difference in this case is that, you know, like talking about how my boyfriend does satisfies me or whatever, it's something that's personal. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, you're free to talk about. We're talking. This girl probably has like the guy had a wife. The guy she probably has siblings. She has family there. It's not her event. You need to respect as well.
Sure, the family,
the people that
grieving
are
also,
around.
yeah.
I'm not sure that everyone appreciated having a camera crew next to it, and
Yeah.
probably wanted to pay her respects. She was like, "I'm not done yet. Redo this picture. Redo this." You know.
True, I see what you mean.
All right.
So-
Well, next topic
Yeah.
of the day. I'm sure you guys heard about it. It's the Alec Baldwin shooting, accidental shooting. Honestly, when I heard about it, I'm like, what was your first reaction? Let me ask Rida. What was your first reaction when you heard, oh, Alec Baldwin shot somebody on set?
Well, you know, like accidents happen on movie sets. It's not the first time and stuff, but first of all, for this big of an actor to be like not a murderer, but he committed
it is
a homicide.
second degree, homicide at least.
So, first of all, that's quite shocking to see an actor of that, you know,
Caliber.
caliber be in that stuff. And most importantly, you're like, that's the kind of mistakes that are like very hard to understand, because why on earth would there be like real bullets?
Exactly.
Like
First
it doesn't
thing
make
is,
sense at all.
why do they have a real gun? Like when they did, I mean, of course, now we were talking earlier before we got on, we were talking about Star Wars and how huge it was in the US and it was not that huge in other countries. And also like Terminator and how the special effects were amazing, etc., and Jurassic Park. But we could have a dinosaur look very real. We cannot use like a gun. Of course, like in all movies, they use like prop guns, and they have been doing this for a long time. This is not something particularly difficult. If they can make like a freaking Superman fly over buildings and fly, etc., etc., I'm sure the technology behind using prop guns is totally like mastered. But the reason why they had fake guns, real gun rather, was because the day before they were playing with the guns and shooting at targets. So this is a Western movie. So Rust is a Western movie, etc., etc. So obviously a lot of guns on set. And here are some facts that are interesting. First of all, the day before they were like, or maybe the days before, they were like having some shootings. So they had some real guns around them. Like they had like prop guns and the fake guns and real guns. The second thing is that there is always like an officer in charge of safety and security for the firearms on sets. And usually it's like a retired military general or retired military high-ranked guy or a retired police officer, and they do that. They work on Hollywood and they take care of the guns. The problem that happened is that they hired a young woman. She was, I think, 26. And she's very unlucky because, first of all, because there was the accident. And the second thing is that because a week before she went on a podcast and she said she was talking about how inexperienced she is, and she was very nervous because she doesn't have a lot of experience with this. Oh my God, this is a big shot for her, a big movie. She was hired to take care of this, and she doesn't know what she's doing. And she says, "Oh, I don't even know the difference between this gun and this gun." Ha ha ha. And then a week later, boom. So now, of course, I think one interesting thing is that who's the victim in this? Of course, the person who died is the victim. Of course, and there was also somebody who was injured, a producer, or somebody who was injured, or some guy working on set was also injured, which is like very, very bad. But I think Alec Baldwin is already a victim.
Of course, everyone
Because
is.
like
This is not his fault at the end.
it's
of
not
the day.
his fault, and imagine the consequences on his life. He killed somebody. So
Yeah.
this is
That's
Like
bad.
just the weight, like the psychological weight of something like that. Even like because I don't think he's responsible in that way, but it's something like I guess he's never gonna sleep the same ever again.
Yeah.
You know, you took a life.
But you know what's interesting is that he's also the producer of this movie. So the actor, Alec Baldwin, is not responsible, but the producer is responsible because he's the one who supervises the movie
or
or
is it
whatever.
his company? Because I'm
His
sure
company, I'm
Oh,
sure.
of
But
course.
so
which legally might be better for him.
Yeah, of course,
I guess.
of course.
Suing the company is better than suing the person.
Of course, but either way, I think in the movie industry they have because there's a lot of accidents on sets.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
cameras, props, stuff like that, whatever. So I don't think that there's that much risk legally.
yeah, I mean there are always insurances.
But if
for
we're
that,
talking
so-
about taking a life,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
not
for
it's not
sure.
like
That's
I
the-
dropped something or something. Like I pointed, I shot, and actually that person died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it happened before. I know they mentioned I watched a few videos about it, and it happened with actually Bruce Lee's son. That's how he died. Brandon
I
Lee.
heard that.
He did the
I
Crowd
heard about that.
movie, or not the Crowd, the Crow. I'm sorry, movie, and he died on set. And apparently, what happened in his case is that it was a fake gun with the blank bullets, and one of the blank bullets it didn't pop, and it compressed inside the gun. So when they filled it with, so that again, one of the security technician did not do his or her job right, and it popped another bullet, and the bullet that was compressed with the pressure, it just went and it flew at him in his stomach like a real bullet because it was just compressed bullet in a way. So and he
but
got
in the
shot
case
and
of
killed.
Baldwin, it was a real bullet, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that
Yeah.
is hard to
Just swallow for sure,
yeah, yeah.
for sure. So I don't know if you heard about this, if you saw this too, but I know we've seen it before. And his wife, actually, he was followed by the paparazzi. And I don't know what the law is, but I know in Europe,
After
the paparazzi
Lady-
cannot, yeah,
Lady Diana.
after Lady Diana, like they cannot follow you outside and harass you while you're driving to not cause or
Any
disturb,
accidents,
yeah,
yeah.
accidents, etc. And so they were following him, and watch this.
She was my friend.
He stopped and he
Alec
turned
Baldwin
around.
on camera for the first time since the deadly movie set shooting in New Mexico.
I'm not allowed to make any comments because it's an ongoing investigation. I've been ordered by the sheriff's department in Santa Fe. I can't answer any questions about the investigation. I can't.
63-year-old beside his wife Hilaria, telling photographers the Rust production will not continue.
So,
Following
yeah.
the tragic death of cinematographer
So the cinematographer,
Hutchins,
etc.
1 in a trillion.
There are
And
incidental accidents.
first, when I watched this video, I'm like, okay, so that's a pretty cool thing that he does. He says risky,
Very
risky.
risky.
His lawyer would like pull his hair, would be like, I
Nah.
told you not to talk to anybody. What are you doing? But he was harassed, and he had his kids in the car, and he said, you know what? Okay, I will make a deal with you. I will talk to you for 5 minutes, and then you stop following us, leave us alone. It's already very hard. It's very emotional. Please leave us alone. So, you know, I heard that some people, some celebrities make those kind of deals with celebrities. Like I know Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle, one day he was talking to a guy, and he said, hey, Dave, how are you? And he came with the camera. He said, no, man, not right now. Please, not right now. He said, all right, man. Well, I love your work. All right, man. So sometimes...
Yeah, they
like
have a good
paparazzi,
relationship.
they have good relationship with them. So anyway, so he stops, and I'm like, okay, who's this woman who's coming?
Yeah, that's
So
ki-
watch
that's
this,
kind of
watch
funny.
this, watch this.
Film sets from time to time, but nothing like this. This is a 1 in a trillion episode. It's a 1 in a trillion event.
The actor-producer sharing his concern for Hutchins' family, saying he's talked repeatedly with her husband.
He is in shock. He has a 9-year-old son. You know, we are, in constant contact with him because we're very worried about his
All right.
and his kid.
So you see how he moved away because she's like inside the shot, and
Yeah.
she goes around and she is filming, and I was wondering why is she filming? Like it's gonna be on TV tonight. But actually,
you
a lot
never
of people
know
film how they
how-
edit it.
exactly.
So she wants to get the full footage. So in case they edit it that something the wrong way,
So she's trying to protect him.
she's trying to protect him, and he's a little bit annoyed, and she acts in a very annoying way. I would be her. I would just stay.
But I think he wants to protect her as well. So like,
Really? In
yeah,
what way?
I think. Well, first of all, you don't want her to say something because she started talking at some point. You don't want her
Yes.
to say something that's not.
that would go
because,
against him. Yeah, eventually. Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it can go against other people. You never know what she could say. She has
True.
maybe access. They have access to elements
Yeah.
that the public doesn't know.
Yeah, that they shouldn't
So,
release right
you
now.
never know.
But like you see how at first like I didn't know it was his wife, and I was like, who is this? Like what is she doing? Like, and then he steps back and watch this.
As I said, we're eagerly awaiting for the sheriff's department to tell us what their investigation has yielded.
The encounter at times intense and even awkward.
Excuse me.
Baldwin shooing his wife.
Excuse me.
No details.
That's your wife, bro.
I'm gonna answer the questions. So
Well, they're both trying to protect each other.
exactly. So we will not play the whole thing. So it was
Yeah, and
interesting because the wife was like, yeah, well, and you know, we didn't. And he's like,
Shut the
excuse
fuck
me,
up, honey."
just I know you're trying to help me, but trust me, I'm trying to help you too. Just let me say what I need to say. He probably talked to the lawyer many times. He knows exactly what he has maybe some information, maybe even his wife doesn't have. So he's like, I got this. Just chillax.
Yeah, and it's a tense situation. You
it's
know,
a
like,
very
it's
tense
not,
situation.
It's not in these situations. You're not gonna be like, "Am I hurting her feelings right
Exactly.
now?" Like,
Yeah.
honey, I love you, but shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And she would be in his case. He would try to protect her too, and she would say like, you know, I love you, but not now. Just stay in the
Yeah.
car. Just stay in the car, motherfucker. All right. So let's talk about. I don't even know how to close this. This is crazy. Anyways, we will get the hang of it. Let's talk about our last topic, which is a show that's on TLC.
TLC.
TLC is like the Learning Channel. It's a very popular
And
channel.
this
in the
show
United
is
States.
on the
the
learning,
Learning
The
Channel.
So
only TLC I know is the group.
Yeah, yeah. Tender love and care. So
is that what it stands for?
TLC, yeah, a little
Like
bit. I
the-
need a little bit of TLC. No, the band, I'm not sure.
No,
but
but I don't know.
I think
but
maybe it's the initials, like because I know there's left eye.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But anyways, so in this case, they have a show, in this TLC, you do everything but learn. It's like they have a lot of
Learning
reality
channel.
TV shows.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have, I think, the Kardashians are on it, etc. So say what you want, but I consider it trash TV. But hey, some people like it. I guess trash is good for other people. So that's fine. So
It's entertaining.
it's entertaining for sure,
Because
absolutely.
to be honest, this 90-day, I wouldn't watch the whole episode, but little
little extract
it's
like that.
super
It's very
entertaining.
entertaining.
And we're gonna see it now.
Yeah. So here is it in a nutshell. So you have 90 days to. So there are many ways to get the American citizenship for people who don't have it, and one of them is you get married to somebody who has it, and after a few months or maybe a year or whatever, you can end up being citizen of the United States as well. Now, it is illegal to marry somebody for the sole purpose of being citizen. So this 90-day fiance, they have many episodes. Sometimes it's a woman from Eastern Europe who wants to get a citizenship, and they start dating online, and then she comes to visit him in the US, and they start dating, and they have 90 days before her visa expires. That's why they came up with 90 days.
Months.
Yeah,
usually,
3 months.
Well,
And-
in the US, no, it's 6 months, not 3 months.
Well, I'm
Anyway,
not sure, but
anyway.
anyways, they made it 3 months, 3 months, like 90 days. Anyways, so sometimes it's a man who is not citizen. Sometimes it's the woman who's not citizen. Sometimes the show happens in the U.S. Sometimes it happens in the country of the man or the woman who's outside the U.S. So sometimes it's Peru, sometimes Mexico, sometimes, and in this particular case, it's in Morocco. So it's a Moroccan guy who I forgot his
Is
name.
it one of us?
Azan.
Azan. I've never heard this Azan before.
I heard Yazan.
Yazan. But
It's
anyways,
like Berber names.
so
It's
this
probably in the name
Azan.
and,
So this Azan is Moroccan. He lives in Marrakesh, and this young girl, I think he's like around 24, 22, 23, and she's around the same age. She has a baby already. Not a baby. She has a young girl. So she's
but her girl is already like 8 to 10 years old. So
yeah. Well, not 8 to 10. I would say 6, 7, maybe 6,
Yeah.
maybe 6. But anyways,
But still,
but
yeah.
I mean, she had the baby very, very, very early, and he is very straightforward. And
That's the least you can say.
well, here it is. So let's check it out. Let's see if my technical skills got any better.
All right.
5 times Azan was a savage. Let's watch this. God, they're still alive.
And he took her directly to the heart of.
Do you smell chicken?
And of course, the little girl is with him, and he's holding her. Like, oh my God.
Why are the chickens moving?
Because they're still alive.
Why? So she saw the chicken, like they were cutting their head, and like, why are the chicken moving? Well, because, and sometimes
And the toad, like, because they're still alive.
exactly.
Like,
no, but like,
dumb.
what's funny is
Dumbass.
we have like a special day. It's called Eid al-Kabir, and
Yeah.
so we cut the throat of a sheep, and we eat the sheep, and we prepare it. It's like a whole tradition in all the Arab world. It's like a Muslim tradition, I guess, and sometimes after you cut the sheep's head, sometimes
Yeah,
they still
there's
have
like
nervous
a-
system, and they still move.
Yeah,
And-
there's like 30 seconds to a few minutes.
Yeah,
of,
yeah, it's like a
But
minute.
chickens, it's even worse because chickens sometimes they run. They start running around. And
Like headless chicken,
That's
they
why
start running.
I don't know if you ever saw this, but here what they do is like when they slaughter the chicken, they put them in a bucket
Oh, okay.
directly because sometimes you can run for like 5 minutes without the head.
Or with the head barely hanging. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Which
that's
is,
crazy. And let's-
weirdly, yeah.
all right.
There's some stuff I wanted to change up.
So here is the preview for this little extract. She's overweight, clearly, and he is
It's pretty
fit.
fit. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
pretty fit. So he wants to so I think in my mind, as a Moroccan, and I think in the beginning he said, "Oh, well, she's blonde. Yeah, she has a daughter. Who cares? She's American. I'm gonna go to the U.S. Hollywood. Here I come." And then he saw her. It's like, she is fat. You know what? Maybe I can make her be skinny, and we will live the ideal life that I have in my mind, which is like we are both young and skinny. We'll live in the United States, etc.
Especially that she's young and like because there's other episode of the show where like let's say the foundation is way worse than this woman. So I'm guessing he's
What do you
like,
mean the foundation?
like I don't think she's the ugliest looking person that's been on the show.
I see.
She loses a bit of weight, gets fit and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
I
she's
think
not
he would
ugly
be-
by any mean of imagination. She's pretty.
No,
She's pretty
of
cute.
course.
I agree. But so he takes her to the gym.
But
It
he's
looks
aggressive.
like a fancy gym. He's very aggressive with her. He's like he's like this. Watch this.
Like to go to gym and like to not be lazy. And
I'm not lazy.
sometimes you are.
You know you're asking of me right now?
And what?
Do you know what you're asking from me right now?
To go to gym and be healthy, and that's what I'm asking.
change.
If that doesn't happen, I'm not sure that I'm going to America. Physically, I'm attracted to Nicole, but it's not like, it's just like, for example, 55%.
That's the best part. 5% attraction. I might use that line in the
So,
future.
yeah, physically, I'm
Mentally-
attracted to you, but 55%.
Mentally, I'm attracted to you, but 25%.
And you know what's even more ironic is that
No,
in Morocco 55 it's a passing grade. In the US it's a failing grade. You know?
No, and it's not like
Or
it's
an F.
55.
Yeah, it is
In
an
his head, it was like I'm just gonna put it over 50. You know, just
Exactly.
sapas. You know, like
I'm not gonna be like 51. It's gonna be too
Yeah.
obvious. Yeah, 55. You will clearly like you're way above 50. You
He's
know,
being
you're
nice,
55.
actually.
Yeah, he's being nice and he's being honest. And I think
no, in
he's
his face, he says
know,
it
but-
with a straight face. You know, like I'm
you-
attracted to it. You know,
50.
But you know what's
Yeah,
interesting?
55.
Just what's interesting, just from watching them like speak for like what it was 30 seconds or
Yeah.
less. There's a
55
certain
seconds, I would
No,
say.
no, but honestly, there's some type of chemistry already because like he's being.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
talking
she's-
about, man?
come on, what chemistry, bro? Like
No,
it's
because they already have.
55%
No, they're already
chemistry.
having they're having an honest conversation. Honesty is a big. Part.
He is having an honest conversation.
is
She's
too.
not.
She is
She's
too. She's telling him what's bothering you, and she's telling him.
she is suffering from the honest conversation. I
No,
think.
because
I think that's already a good
you
step
can
in a
be- you
couple.
can
If
be
you can
very
have a
honest.
conversation, an honest conversation. That's already a big
I
thing
agree.
to have in,
I
in
agree.
a couple.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I definitely agree.
It's
I
not a
think
fake relationship. He's not lying to her. He
Yeah.
could be like, yeah, you're the most beautiful girl in the world because he's just trying to
Yeah,
get married or whatever. She
True.
could be like also lying
That's
to
a
him,
good
but
point.
they're having
That's a
an
good
honest
point.
conversation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
it's
that's
already-
not the vibe he's giving. The vibe he's giving is that he's past the bullshit, you know, like
Nah, but he's saying I'm attracted 55%. That's a nice way to say that I like a part of you, but you have to work on
where
yourself.
is the nice in that
no.
sentence,
Listen,
bro?
here
that's
is what I
honesty.
think.
He's,
I think
he's
this
trying
is
to
honesty.
put it in a nice way. That's what I'm
but
saying. He's
but
trying
no,
to
no. I think a nice way would be like, hey, listen, first of all, you know how in the US they show us how to argue and to give arguments. I guess is when they teach us to do that. They say, okay, start with a compliment. Start with what do you think is positive, then be subtle about things that are negative, but don't say, oh, but I don't like this. But use words like, I think this could need some improvements. I think so. This is a nice way to say it. I would say, hey, listen, clearly you are overweight, and I really like you. If I did like her, I would say I really like you, but hey, let's try to maybe there are some easy ways to lose weight. What he did is he tried to force her into what his imagination is. He took her to the gym. You think she's gonna go to the gym, do 20 jumping jacks, and then lose? Like losing weight is a long process, and he needs to
you
be with
ease
her
people
on this.
in, you know.
Don't
so maybe
say like,
he's looking
okay,
at it for the long term.
maybe that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you ease people in. Like, okay, let's say you're in the same situation and your girlfriend is overweight and you want her to lose weight. Fair enough. you would take her to the gym, but you will try to ease her into it, like make it fun. Hey, you'll see, we'll have fun. Let's do a, I don't know, Zumba class or something.
Yeah,
or
let's go for
something.
walks.
Or
Let's
go
do it
for
together.
walks. Or I'm with you. I believe in you and stuff. I won't say like you need to lose weight, because right now I'm attracted to 55, and after that burger, probably it's
And
gonna go
also,
less.
when he said, "If you don't do it, I will not go with you."
exactly, man, that's
want-
not someone that's
Like, come on. First of all, you're judging her. I agree with her when she said, "You trying to make me change. You want me to change?" Well, yeah, that's true. Don't get offended by that, because he's trying to make you change for the better. So it's gonna be a positive result for you. But I agree 100%. He's very offensive, very rude. He's
So,
an asshole.
I have 2 points.
Okay.
I admire his honesty,
Yes.
you know, because I think he could be lying, be like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah, considering the risk, I agree. He
You
could
know,
play it
he's
along
being
like,
honest,
yeah,
he's
you're
like-
being, you're
He's
cute, you're
like,
honey.
I want you. This is what I like about you. I don't like this about you. So that aspect, I respect personally, because he could
I
be
agree. I
bullshitting
agree.
her.
I see your point.
no. I see
He
your
could
point.
be playing the game. He could be like, yeah, you're
I-
the most beautiful girl I've ever met, blah,
Of
blah,
course.
blah. And just, so maybe he's trying to make her really some long-term,
Yeah.
I mean, like his wife, you know,
True,
someone that
true,
he wants to
true.
build his life. Maybe he's not trying to use her. So that's, I respect that part.
I agree.
Then I respect her side of the response
Mm-hmm.
by saying, hey, you're trying to make me change. He has a point also. That's a valid
Yeah.
point. If you're trying to get with someone, you do not want to change them. You have to accept them the way they are.
But how about helping them improve, make them
but
better?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
for me.
part of-
That's one rule. Like if you with someone, from my experience at least,
Yeah.
like if you with someone, you have to understand. Like you have to accept them the way they are.
No,
That's
100%. But
Because they might, because asking them to change is asking them to be something that they're not sometimes, and that's
to a certain extent, I agree with you. But for the first point, it's all about the intention. Me personally, I don't see him as someone who's trying to be honest. I'm seeing him as someone that doesn't give a flying fuck.
Exactly. Like he's
About her.
disappointed
About
of the
her, like,
merchandise. Yeah,
he's
come
like,
on.
I
I
don't know.
won't-
I don't know. I can't. judge.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Like if you're honest and you're never gonna tell your girlfriend, look, I'm attracted to you 55%, and if you don't start moving your ass, I'm not.
All right.
This
well,
is
let's
that
move
deal,
on. Let's move
you know?
on and keep watching.
Because I always want my wife to go to the gym with me and be healthy.
We've decided to try and open a beauty shop.
Oh my gosh. Basically, you're just going to kind of give up on your dream of having this big, beautiful wedding.
I would really, really love to see the store.
I know that, but we want you to see it like when it's ready.
It would be nice to know what happened to all the money. You know, where did it go?
Nicole put on this business around $6,000, and I put like 500.
You know, I'd like to see.
Okay, right there. She put $6,000.
And he put 500.
That's it.
Yeah, but it depends what the contract is. If she's getting.
What contract?
Yeah. Okay, so what is 6,000 compared to 500, right?
Well,
What's the
12
percentage?
times that.
12 times. So she should be making what? 90%? No. Not 80%?
Well, a lot. So
55%.
because don't forget, these videos are edited in a way to make it
True,
controversial.
true,
at the end.
absolutely,
So
I
we
agree.
don't know. He might be putting 500, but maybe he's not asking for half of the profits. I don't know.
or maybe
true.
he will be the one working there and
Exactly,
doing all the hard work
exactly.
and the construction
I don't
work,
see anything
etc.
dishonest about this guy so far.
Well, maybe we are too tough on him because
Bro,
We,
let-
no,
let's-
because we
okay.
know that most.
most of them would take
but
advantage
that's a
of
prejudice,
that.
though.
That's
We
true.
shouldn't have
That's
that.
true. That's true.
Some people are
agree.
honest, you know.
I agree. I mean, he looks. I mean, he's. Let me ask you this. Okay, so
He could be lying. He's not lying. He's
think
saying
I
things-
think I saw some of the rest of this, not of this video in particular, but and I don't want to say it right now, but we will discover something about him that is a little bit shady. Needless to say, yeah.
I haven't seen anything shady
Yeah,
so
yeah,
far.
yeah. I mean, okay.
seen him
so
being honest to
You're
the
taking
point
him
where-
at face value. That's good. Okay. I'm trying to skip
No.
ahead.
No, it's true. Like, what's impressive is that you're really good-hearted.
Yeah, I mean,
I try to see the good things in people. That's my nature, you know.
and it's great.
That's true.
It's
That's
really great.
That's why we have you here. We counterbalance all this shit.
So you got two people against me.
No, yeah, you can trust me. You can handle us just fine. All right. So I'm trying to skip ahead, and since I cannot, I will. Okay.
You know, I'd like to see that it's for real.
Mom, there is a shop. It is happening. Even though I told my mom that we were talking about opening a store, we never wound up going through with it.
It's more than 55%.
There is no store.
There is no store. You heard that?
Okay.
So they just lied to the mom.
Okay.
So what
So
happened to
they
the money?
They scammed her, basically.
They scammed her. But who do you think was the
Instigator?
instigator of the scam? Probably him. And he said, you know what, honey, don't worry. We'll just, okay, she wants to see a store. We'll go to my cousin. He sells babouche. He will empty it for half a day and we'll give him $100. Oh, this is the store. You see, mom, it's really nice. Okay, go back to the US. Anyway, don't huge me. Okay, let's watch this.
Huge.
Off.
No, it's like the edit. It's hug.
Huh?
It's hug.
That's
Like
it.
on the
Hug me,
edit.
right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like huge doesn't
Yeah,
make
it's like
sense.
don't hug me.
See, that's wrong.
What?
It's like Mishi Mushki, like whatever the price is,
Exactly.
because
So,
he's not paying for it. See, that's a red flag.
and also,
That's the first red flag for me.
that's a big red flag. Honestly, I didn't catch it, but now that you mentioned it, yeah.
As a
Basim Mushkil-
Moroccan, I know I would try to get the best deal for a
And
tourist
you
because I
know
know they would charge the premium
they would
price.
charge them
not
like
even the
more
premium,
than the
the
premium
over
price.
the
10 times the price, the original price.
So I would-
when he says like Bashi Mushkil, means like there's
He
no
doesn't care
problem.
because
Just
he's
go
not paying
ahead.
for
You
it.
can hit high. I'm not
Okay,
paying
no,
for this shit.
there's
okay.
one thing.
So now I
Now you switch
No,
inside.
and there's one thing. I think it's because you're not familiar with the show, but
No,
usually the show always goes the same way. Like at least the episodes that I've seen, is that at the end they get what they want and they
Okay.
split.
Yeah.
basically.
which is a shame because it's portrayed in the same idea about
Yeah.
Moroccans.
They're
Young
closer
Of
to the
course,
Mm.
of
Yeah,
course.
that
But
basically
it
they
has
just want
a-
to use foreign girls to get their.
What they have
But
a hidden
listen.
agendas behind these shows for sure.
These shows have been like almost in the same vibe. Like even there is like a South Asian girl, I think, and it's the same thing. I know you remember that one, right? That one. You know what? We will do this one next time.
Man, please let's do a full podcast
Listen,
on that one.
That
bro,
one
because
is
that
fucking
was-
amazing. And we need Maddie because Maddie's gonna say, no, he's not that bad looking.
And
Listen.
honestly, like we saw it, but if we do this, you need to not see it.
Yeah.
Beforehand. You
But
need
see,
to see it
that's
live.
what happened to me. You guys have seen this one before.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was just looking at it for the
Super
first time, so I didn't see. I didn't know the full story. I was just looking at certain segments, and for me,
Yeah.
there was nothing wrong with what he said until that part. That part was like, yeah, if you're Moroccan, you know she's being overcharged, and if you're okay with that, that means you don't care about that person.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's true.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, of course, no work anytime. So okay, so they go shopping for exotic things, for traditional things, etc., handmade shit. Okay.
Okay. Okay, شكرا أخويا. Okay, let's go.
Obviously, he's ashamed to be with her.
I'm gonna hug you. Don't tell me no. Like, I can understand things, okay, but do not stop me from everything. And I'm not gonna, like, touch you up and stuff.
Honestly, I didn't see.
So now you're
I didn't know she was that big, actually.
She is big.
Yeah, I
she's
didn't see
huge.
that because the first shots I
Yeah.
couldn't tell. So even his 55% is not.
It was very generous. So
It's-
okay,
it's
You know, some people like that, I guess.
of course.
yeah.
But you know me, it's not the physical aspect that's the most shocking.
What is the most shocking about her? About her or about
no,
the
about
relationship?
the relationship.
situation?
It's also about, I don't know. It's maybe biased and stuff, but we all from Morocco, and
Yes, we are.
we kind of, I don't know, but me, I'm very familiar with this kind of profile.
Me too.
Like especially in cities that are like Marrakesh, where there's a lot of like
Tourists.
tourists and stuff like that. And also one thing that you need to know is that before they come to meet during the 90 days, they have a online relationship. Like they talk, so they bullshit. Sometimes they send pictures that are not looking the same way, filters, stuff like that. So there's also the shock of seeing things in real life.
Yeah.
And when you're online, you can say a bunch of stuff.
So, what aspect of himself do you think he exaggerated, and what aspect of herself do you think she exaggerated, if any?
Well, I think it's probably the intention behind it. Like
I think he probably told her
like you're the most beautiful girl I ever
Exactly.
seen.
I really
and,
love you. I never felt this before, etc.,
blah, blah,
etc.
blah.
And he probably told her, "Yeah, we have a big house and it's nice, and when
I
the
don't
sun
even
hits the
think
house,
so.
it's fantastic."
I
etc.
think a girl, like when you're not to make any judgments or anything, but
Oh, please do. That's what we're here for.
when you're not the most attractive person and stuff, you kind of want to grasp, I guess, like when you have the attention on you and stuff, like it makes you feel special in a way. So I
course.
think that's what she went for, and the guy is pretty much fit.
Yes,
and
but
for a foreigner, like
yes, they love that skin.
that
It's like
skin and
chocolate
stuff.
skin.